What up, everybody? It's Sinny, and this is Dark Souls 3. Running around inside the Twin Prince's room after whooping their ass. Hello, what's up? That's their little bed they were sharing there together. Just looking around. Just killed the Twin Princes. This is part 30. It's the finale. Everybody do a dance. It's the finale. The finale. The finale. I'm doing a dance. Finally done with this shit. Not that it's a bad thing. That we've been playing it for a year or whatever. I'm just glad to be done with Dark Souls 3 so we can do something else. Twin Princes now dead. So in this video, part 30, the finale, we're going to fight the last boss, and after the credits, special bonus fight with the Nameless King. So I fit it in there, just for you, just for you. I know everybody would call me a pussy if I didn't beat the Nameless King, so it's on here. Whether I beat him or not, I'm not gonna say.
Well met, Ashen One. How may I?
I don't think she has anything to say. She has some cool stuff, though. But yeah, I do fight him. I do fight the Nameless King. She sells Twinkling Titanite chunks, Titanite scale now, large shards, Farum helm, Lorien's armor, the Twin Prince's armor. That's Lorien, the older brother, the bigger one, I guess. Black hand armor, build mask, black hand hat, Gunders, all kinds of stuff. This is like the best time to buy everything because she pretty much has everything, especially if you gave her all the ashes. Which I think I found them all. If I didn't, then I didn't. But I found a lot of them. I found most of the ashes, if not all. The best ones are the Dragon Chaser's ashes that you find in the Archdragon's Peak. They give you the chunks and Twinkling, I think. Alright, let's go give an Estus shard to Andre.
Tis good this one needs smithing.
Might as well be as pumped up and ready to go as we can be for the last boss. Just making sure I can't upgrade anything here. Which I do, the longbow. The longbow. The longbow. All the way to 10. So now we have our Sellsword Twin Blades. Plus 10 sharp. With resins out the butt. We have our gold, or motherfucking Grass Crest shield, all the way plus 5 with Twinkling and a slab. And we have a longbow, plus 10.
Hello again. Thank goodness. One can become quite attached, even to a bumbling apprentice.
Here's Carla, which you guys never saw me
I'm hardly serious.
free her, because I did it off camera. Off video.
There is one thing that you should know. There is a darkness within man, and I am afraid you will peer into it.
How do you know I'm gonna pick the dark ending, woman?
Self-reflection, or a ruinous nostalgia.
Got gas. Sorry, I'm burping like a storm.
Fear not.
Just ate a bunch of Twizzlers.
Your choice will bring you no
Chugged a
sorrow.
monster.
There is one thing that you should know. There is a
Okay. So yeah, I freed Carla off video, so you didn't miss anything. You didn't miss that.
Do stay safe.
It just didn't happen organically while I was recording. So one time when I was going back and just leveling up and grinding and whatnot, I went ahead and freed her.
Back again, I see. Perfect timing, too.
We have a scroll for him, a crystal scroll.
Unfathomable. This is a crystal sorcery created by the Pale Dragon. only to exist in legend. I am ever grateful to you. This is truly sublime. I am afraid this is a debt I cannot repay. Only, I will be sure to unravel it for you. Just a moment.
Sure, buddy. I don't even want your sorcery. I bought a lot of it already, but we don't need it for this playthrough. I might go back and like buy everything.
I was an assassin. A sorcerer only in name. A killer for hire. What a fool I was, thinking one day I would learn real sorceries. When I became undead, I was exiled from the school. But here I am, now, exploring the depths of sorcery. All thanks to you, I might add.
I was about to say that, all thanks to me.
Again, I'm Orbeck of Vinheim, here to teach you sorceries. Let us begin with the basics. The ideal sorcerer bears the twin faces of the
Anyway, this guy has nothing for us. We're not a sorcerer.
You could at least
I'm not paying
consider
attention.
paying attention.
Paying attention and getting the fuck out of here. Go
Promise
fight
to
the
stay
last
safe.
boss.
Oh, what is it? Again, promise.
Just
to
making
stay
sure there isn't anything cool to see before we fight the last boss here. Any NPC interactions we missed or whatnot. Did I put the ashes on the throne yet? Let's put the Twin Prince's ashes. This will be the last of it. The last one. Cinders, I mean. Cinders. Cinders of a Lord. That is the last bit of cinders we needed. It looks kind of creepy. Let's talk to this dude.
Ah, well met. All is as planned, is it not? 5 lords for 5 thrones. To think others might ne'er be raised. And I, of the last lords, a rather little lord, most undeserving of the honor. Speak with the firekeeper.
It's pretty cool that they have one of them like chilling here the whole time in the shrine. Like, he's probably the coolest one. He pretty much is committing suicide. Like, he's agreeing with you and the firekeeper, like that they should just let you do your thing.
The eyes show a world destitute of fire, a barren plain of endless darkness, a place born of betrayal. So, I willed myself, Lord, to link the fire, to paint a new vision. What is thine intent?
Don't worry about what I'm gonna do, Ludlith.
Show a world destitute of fire, a barren plain of endless darkness, a place born of betrayal. So, I willed myself, Lord, to link the fire, to paint a new vision.
Well, I don't care what you decided.
What is thine intent?
Whatever you did wasn't right. We're doing it again.
Lord of Cinder, of mine own volition, I speak these words with pride. Choose thy fate alone. Seize it with thine own hands. All the more should thy fate entail such foul betrayal.
Oh man, so at some point you gotta try something different. I could light the fire again. We could go through all this shit again if you want. Just like, it's kind of like the Dark Tower series. We're rolling like, I don't want to give it away if you haven't read it, but it's like a circle, a cycle, and you keep doing it over and over again. That's like like Dark Souls. That's exactly the same story, but in a different world. They keep relighting the fire that gives life to everything, and then it is about to burn out, and then somebody has to relight it again, and then it recreates everything again, and then it's about to burn out, and then you have to light it again, and then it recreates everything again, and it's like a cycle. It keeps going and going until somebody decides not to light it.
The 5 lords sit their 5 thrones, all thanks to thee, most worthy of lords. Ashen One, with the lords as thy witness, bend thy knee before the bonfire's coiled sword, and let the lord's embers acknowledge thee as their true heir, a true lord, fit to link the fire. Very well, then take nourishment.
Figured I'd see if I could level up anymore, but I can't. See, I'm at level 118.
Ashen One, my thanks for thee, but firekeepers are not meant to have eyes. It is forbidden. These will reveal through a sliver of light frightful images of betrayal. A world without fire. Ashen One, is this truly thy wish? Of course. I serve thee, and will do as thou bidst. This will be our private affair. No one else may know of this. Stay thy path. Find lords to link the fire, and I will blindly tend to the flame until the day of thy grand betrayal.
Keep calling it a betrayal.
Forgive me if this soundeth strange. The eyes show a world without fire, a vast stretch of darkness. But 'tis different to what is seen when stripped of vision. In the far distance, I sense the presence of tiny flames, like precious embers, left to us by past lords, linkers of the fire. Could this be what draws me to this strangely enticing darkness?
Mm-hmm. See, sometimes you gotta wipe the slate clean.
Thine heart should bend. Kill me, and strip these eyes from my person. I will return as the firekeeper I once was, as it has always been.
So I guess you can kill her and take the eyes back. And you can also kill her before she does her thing at the end. So there's 4 different endings. I'm gonna keep like trying to be quiet while all this stuff's happening.
Noble lords of Cinder, the fire fades. And the lords go without thrones. Surrender your fires
Got windy in there.
to the true air.
She has the ember. Give it to me. Give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff. But don't bullshit me. Give it to me. Don't bullshit me. Yeah, sprinkle it on me like some salt.
Let him grant death to the old gods of Lordran, deliverers of the first.
Out with the old and with the new. Alrighty. Alright, here we are. Killing of the first flame. Looking around. Not much to see. Yeah, I think there's 4 endings. And I don't know them all. I kinda do. I'm gonna take a guess right now. Number 1, you relight the flame. And everything goes back to normal. And it all starts over again. I'm going back real quick just to, I forgot to do something, I think. Number 2, you give her the eyes, and you pick the dark ending, where you summon the Firekeeper, she steals the ember or whatever, and it's darkness. So those are the 2 normal endings that you got in Dark Souls 1 and 2. And then the 3rd ending is like, I think if you do everything with Henri, there's another ending. Something with if you do everything with Henri, I don't know. You gotta do a whole lot of other shit, and that's like the best ending, I think, where you do everything with Henri and all that shit. Basically, Henri's quest or the Firekeeper's quest or something like that. There's some quest you do that I didn't do. I fucked it up. And the 4th one is just slightly different. I think it's the dark ending, except for you kill the Firekeeper before she can do her thing. So I've only, this is only the 3rd time I beat the game, so I've done pretty much the relighting the fire and the dark ones. And on this one I do the damn dark one again, so spoilers. I should have done something different for myself, but I never recorded any of them, so this is going to be the dark ending, where you give her the eyes and you let her take the ember and it turns the world to dark. I've always liked that ending, the dark ending. I always walk away. I never like to go with the crowd and like do what everybody else is doing. I was looking at that scenery. It's pretty badass how the world is converging upon this spot. But I've always done the dark ending first on every playthrough. I don't know why. I think it was cooler in Dark Souls 1 where you walk away and all the serpents are there. And then Dark Souls 2, you know, the world just becomes dark. And then 3, you're about to see. I haven't done 2 in a while, the dark ending, so sorry I don't have much of a better description of that one. I think I did the fire ending on the... I don't remember what I did. Anyway. I always sit on the throne because it's a faster way to do it on my speedruns, so that's what I remember doing, sitting on the throne. Going to the throne in Dark Souls 2 is what I remember doing because of my speedruns that I do. That's the fastest way. Looking at all this world converging upon this spot is what I've heard it described as. But yeah, this is the last one, the finale. We're about to fight the last boss, Soul of Cinder. So get ready for an hour's worth of me failing over and over, right? There he is right there. You just have to run in here a little bit. And he stands up. He's just supposed to be every lord that's ever lit the flame combined, pretty much. Bam, got me. Here he is with like a sword, like a straight sword type moveset. So I like to just dodge towards him and behind him as much as possible. He's just got his normal coiled sword that he is known for. So just slashing attacks. You want to just dive behind him pretty much as possible. Now he's doing his sorcerer thing. He's changed modes. This is one of the easier ones as long as you don't stay You want to get in close and behind him? As long as you don't stay out here like me. Drink, drink. Ooh, here comes the big one. Here comes the Dragon Ball Z shit. Alright, you just want to get in close when he's doing his sorcerer shit. Alright, he's changed to the curved sword now, it looks like. Curved sword and pyromancy. That fire, if he hits you and blasts you with fire, and he's still got some sorcery, it looks like. He's got the homing shit. I need to heal. Please don't hit me. Ooh, he hit me, but I healed at the same time. Just gets tougher and tougher. The first one's not that bad. The sorcery's not that bad. Curved sword and pyromancy, you know, it gets a little harder. Not too bad though. Now he's got power within, it looks like. Let's see if he's losing health with that. I guess he doesn't follow the same rules as we do. He's not losing health, even though he's using power within. It's not very fair, bro. Fucking cheater. I did like a fucking stepping baseball swing with his sword. Almost smashed me, almost killed me there. 2 Estus left, but he's gonna get sliced up right here. Slicey, 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 slicey. He's almost dead. 2 Estus. 2 Estus. He's almost dead. He's got his staff out, doing the twirly boy. I'm going to town. I don't know why he's dead, but he's gonna go to phase 2. And I was shitting my pants. I literally had brown liquid coming out of my butthole because I had 1 Estus left, and he has a whole phase. A whole new health bar. The last boss, a whole new health bar. And I got 1 Estus. But at this point I had his shit down. He kicked me in the face, but I barely took any health. I was on to his antics. He was not gonna get me. Ooh, look at that. Smacked him out of the sky. Oh, you think you're gonna get me, boy? Look at your health. Okay, whatever. I still got a Estus. You, on the other hand, are almost dead. You had a whole nother form, and I only had 1 Estus, and you couldn't beat me. Because of this. Ba-ra-pa-pow. Ra-pa-pa-pow. Ra-ra-ra. Fucked him up. Soul of the Lord. Lord of Cinder has fallen. I was like, wow. I did not expect to beat that on my first try. First try, put my head in the dirt like an ostrich. Look up at the crowd. Yeah, first try. Can you believe that? I'm like, what the fuck? Hip hip hooray. Woo! I did not think I'd beat it on my first try, but I just had his pattern down. Once he got to his second phase, like that's all I need. And I usually do my best on my first try, and most of the time I'll get really close and like lose at the very last second. Like, Soul of the Lords, one of the twisted souls steeped in strength, used to acquire numerous souls or transposed to extract its true strength. Since Lord Gwyn, the first Lord of Cinder, many exalted lords have linked the first flame, and it is their very souls that have manifested themselves as defender of the flame. So it's supposed to be like Lord Gwyn, Queen Nashandra, all those mixed together, plus you from Dark Souls 1 and 2, because you lit that shit. The king probably from 2. So it's pretty much Gwyn and you from the first game, Nashandra, the king, and you from the second game. And, you know, There's been many others as well. There's many worlds, many linkers of the flame, many cycles going over and over again. And I tried to run away and see what happened. I just wanted to see what happened if you like ran out of there. I went all the way to the bonfire. But I remembered that I think there was something else up here that you're supposed to do. But I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could run all the way back to the bonfire. Oh, that sun looks sweet. Sweet. I've really grown to like this game. I don't know why I ever talked it down. I mean, I'll explain it during the credits because we're gonna have a long... Here we go though, the ending. Summon the Firekeeper. But by the way, there's gonna be credits. I'll talk about my thoughts on the game during the credits. And then after the credits, I'm gonna fight the Nameless King if you want to stick around, or if you want to forward through the credits or whatever.
The first flame quickly fades. Darkness will shortly settle. But one day, tiny flames will dance across the darkness. Like embers linked by Lord's path.
This is where you can kill her, but I'm not going to.
Ashen One, hearest thou my voice still?
And that's it. We're done. That is the dark ending of Dark Souls 3. First complete playthrough on the channel. Miyazaki, the man with the plan. So yeah, I think it's a good game. It's really growing on me. Dark Souls is my favorite series right now. I ordered this game I pre-ordered it when it came out. When it was coming out, I pre-ordered it. Got it on the first day. Beat it, and then beat it again. Got all the achievements. Did both endings. Did most of the quests. And now that I'm doing videos on YouTube, I put up myself beating it on YouTube. This is the first playthrough of Dark Souls 3 on the channel. And yeah, so when I first played it, I was kind of influenced by some other people, like Epic Name Bro, Lobos, the Bonfire Side Chat Boys, like Sunlight Blade, all those people, and they were saying how they didn't like it very much, how it was a fan service type game, how they didn't like how Andre was in the game. The Firekeeper looks like the maiden from Demon Souls or whatever. I don't know, Anne Orlando. Like it's a lot of fan service from the first game. So I don't know. I mean, I kind of went that way too. I kind of felt that way the first time I played it. Like, you know, it's not exactly what I wanted, but it's still good. It's probably my least favorite out of all the games. Like, if I had to put them in order, it was always Dark Souls 1, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3 were like tied for me. And that's how it is again, but at one point I started playing Dark Souls 2 again, and then it was Dark Souls 1, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3 fell to the back. And I'm not talking about Demon Souls because I can't play it on this channel. I have it, and I have a PS3, and I've played it, but I haven't beat it yet. So I don't want to like judge Demon Souls without beating it. I've played through the first 2 or 3 areas. Ever since I got my PS4, I've been more into like doing shit on my channel than playing my PS3, so if I could play Demon Souls on the channel, I would definitely play through it and beat it like tomorrow. But I can't right now, so I'm playing these games first. I'm gonna play Bloodborne, Dark Souls Remastered, and all that shit probably before I get to Demon Souls, finally. So, it was always Dark Souls 1, Bloodborne, and they were pretty close. Dark Souls 1 was up by like a half a point over Bloodborne for me, because I really like Bloodborne, but Dark Souls 1 was always my favorite, so beat it just by a little bit. And I never liked Bloodborne. Like, when it was before it came out, I thought it was going to be crap. There's no shields. This isn't Dark Souls. This is something else. This is going to suck. Then I played it and I loved it. So this is the same thing with Dark Souls 3. Everybody's saying, "Oh, it's a fan service. Oh, there's too much shit from Dark Souls 1. They're just shoving fan shit service down your throat. There's no good ideas in this game. It's not an original." All that shit I kept hearing. And some of it's true and some of it's exaggeration. And just complaining. Like, it's really growing on me, this game, now that I've played it 3 times. And that's how all of them are, I think. You can't judge them on your first playthrough. You can't judge it on your second playthrough. Play the game 3 times for me before you judge it. That's all I ask. And I know 3 times is a lot for some people, but it's really growing on me now. So it's really tied with Dark Souls 2 now for me. So it's 1 and 2. Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne, damn near tied for me. I haven't played Remastered yet, but I will soon. And then Dark Souls 2 and 3 are kind of tied for me for second place. So, and they're all good games. Like, you can't say any of these games are bad. So when you're ranking them 1 through 5 or whatever, 1 through 4, whatever it is you're doing, you can't say, "Oh, I like Dark Souls 1 and then Bloodborne, then Dark Souls 2, then Dark Souls 3. That doesn't mean Dark Souls 3 is bad. It just means it's your 4th favorite of your favorite series. So, like Lobos once said, it's your favorite. They're all sexual positions. Which one's your favorite? Like, they're all good. It's good to be fucking. Like, it's always good. So it doesn't matter which position you're in. Like, Dark Souls 3 is your 4th favorite sexual position. Like, who gives a fuck? You're still fucking. It's still good as fuck, you know? So, anyway, and as far as this game goes, I need to get the expansion and shit, the DLC, I mean, downloaded content. I need to get that. I haven't played it yet. I'll do another playthrough when I get that. So that'll probably be a while from now, actually, because I want to buy Dark Souls Remastered, the next thing I'm going to buy. Then I need to buy Old Hunters for Bloodborne, and then I'm going to have to get this, the Ring City or whatever it's called. I will get it one day, and we'll do another playthrough. But yeah, this game was like a super polished Dark Souls game. As far as the graphics went, the graphics looked really good, and I don't really give a fuck about graphics, but at the end there, looking at that sun and all the bone dragons, and the twin princes and the soul of Cinder and all the cool effects. Like, it really grows on you, and the gameplay's pretty tight. And there's some connected areas like there was in Dark Souls 1. It's not like a super linear or anything. You can go off in different directions, kind of. I mean, you can't. It's kind of linear. That was the other negative to this game, was how linear it was. But it's not that linear. You can go through the dancer if you want. You can go to Archdragon Peak instead of Lothric Castle. Like, you can choose a few times, and there's shortcuts and shit, so it's not that bad. But if you stayed through all this bullshit talking, in my opinion, and all that, then I really appreciate it. And if you watch the whole playthrough, I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you haven't, like if you have. Share and tell a friend. And we're going to fight the Nameless King coming up next, right now. So just hang with me. If you hung with me through the credits, we're about to go do the Nameless King. So we'll see you next time. If not, but if you want to, stick around for Nameless King. Alright, here we are. What's up? Gonna try this again. I've already tried it before. Like I said, after we did Archdragon Peak, I went and tried to fight the Nameless King. And after an hour of trying, I couldn't beat him. And then I tried some more, and I still couldn't beat him. And I decided to level up quite a bit, because I was only level 80 or something. 79, 80, something like that. And I wasn't doing any damage to him, and he was doing tons of damage to me, and it just wasn't working out. So now that we've beat the game, instead of going to Journey 2, we're going to come here and fight the Nameless King again. Give it another shot. Now that I'm level 118 and I've beat the game. So let's get our resin ready and traverse the fog. Alright, here comes the King of the Storm with the Nameless King on his back. So there's two phases to the fight. The first one is the King of the Storm, which is the dragon. You just gotta hit him in his face, which I totally missed right there. So I like to target his head and just dodge the Nameless King and try to just get hits in when I can. It doesn't take too many. As long as you hit him in his head, the dragon, you're trying to hit the dragon's head. So I kind of just target his head and then run around in a circle until he comes down. Dodge, which I didn't do there. So heal up. We're wasting Estus. You want to use the least amount of Estus possible during this fight. And for the Sellsword Twin Blades, the charged R2 works pretty good on the King of the Storm. Here comes his fire attack. You just roll through it, run up and give him a spanking, slap his face a couple times. Did some good damage there. Here comes the King. Give him a slap. A double R2 charge slap to the face. Battle the camera a little bit. The camera is a bitch in this fight. You just gotta deal with it. I like to target his head. Some people like to play it unlocked. I like to use the target on his head. I don't know. Unlocked's probably better for most people. But that way I can orient myself. Ooh, yes! Here comes a crit. Critical attack, sword in the eyeball. I should have ran over there and gave him a little spanking, but instead I buffed my weapon. Now I just gotta get one more hit in. Keep missing. Waste another Estus. I do have 12 left though, so it's not too bad. When he throws the lightning bolts, just run to the side, and then when he moves his arm, just roll when he moves his arm to throw. Come on, just hit him one more time. One more time, one more time, one more time. Come on. This always happens to me. I have it beat, and they have like one little speck of health left. There we go. Finally got a nice slap to his face. Alright, beat the King of the Storm on first try. Well, my first... This is not my first try. But the first try after I beat the game. First recorded try. This is my first recorded try. Since I beat the game, this is my first try. shoves his lance in the dragon to gain its power. So he gets more powerful, and this is the hard part, pretty much. First part, you're battling the camera. It's just a Estus task. And you really, once you get his pattern down, he's not that bad either. But he's really shitty until you get that pattern down. He's a bitch, and some people call him the hardest boss in the whole game. And if you have the DLC, you'll definitely argue that. But if you don't have the DLC, I don't see an argument. He probably is the hardest non-DLC enemy. Boss, at least. Once you get his pattern down, he's not that bad. And once you learn that you don't get too greedy, roll to his right. He like delays his attacks a tad. So once you get it down though, you just learn you gotta wait like a split second and then roll instead of rolling right away. Once you get his timing down, once you get his pattern down, you'll learn when to roll, which is like a split second later than you think. And one more time than you think. You gotta roll like 3 times in a row, and you gotta wait like a split second on each roll. It was like roll, 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 then attack once or twice. Wait, roll. Wait. There's a lot of waiting. Like he's powering up right now, so it's a bad example, but roll, attack, roll, you gotta wait, you know? Almost got me there. He really got close there. So close to killing me. That was so close. I almost died there. It's just the delayed attacks that get you. And then like, here, I think I got him. Yep, got him. First try on him too. First try on Soul of Cinder, first try on Nameless King. Pretty badass. A feint again. I can't believe it. This has been an awesome last video finale. I beat both of them on the first try. I mean, finally you get to see how decent I am at these games. I think I've proven it with my speedruns of Dark Souls 2 and my beating all the bosses on Dark Souls 2 with all the DLC bosses and everything, but I was dying a little bit on some of these bosses, and then I couldn't beat the Nameless King, but I was trying it at too low of a level is what I found out. You can't beat them. I mean, you can beat them at level 80, but it wasn't working for me at the time. I think I also didn't have fully upgraded weapons either. But first try now after beating the game. It's all about that delayed. The Nameless King does delayed attacks, like in 2s and 3s. So you gotta wait a split second and then roll towards him and to the right, and then roll again because he's gonna attack again, and then roll again usually because he's gonna attack 3 times usually, and then get your 1 attack in, and then start over again. Most people want to dodge that first attack and try to attack and they get hit. Most people want to dodge the first 2 attacks and then try to attack twice and they get hit. Or they can't figure out that you have to delay the attack. Soul of the Nameless King, one of the twisted souls steeped in strength, used to acquire many souls or transpose to extract its true strength. The Nameless King was once a dragon-slaying god of war before he sacrificed everything to ally himself with the ancient dragons. So now you can light this bonfire. Nameless King bonfire. And there's a few things you can get over here. Most of it is the Dragon Slayer stuff. So Dragon Slayer armor, Dragon Slayer spear, stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it for this game. That's the first playthrough on the channel of Dark Souls 3. It's probably not the last. We did the dark ending. I just got through it. I didn't do all the quests or get 100% items or do all the I didn't do any of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I just beat the game. All I did was just beat the game. Enough to get the dark ending. I did beat Nameless King. I did come here. I did a couple extra things, but I didn't do everything. Used the Sellsword Twin Blades the whole time. Grass Crest Shield. Did Sharp Sellsword Twin Blades plus 10. Grass Crest Shield. Wear different armors. Used the longbow. Used resins. So next time we'll do something different. We'll light the fire maybe and use sorcery or a big strength weapon or something else. We'll try something different next time. So if you're a Souls fan and you want to see more Souls stuff, the next thing I'm going to do with the series is probably Bloodborne. It may not be the very next video. Here's the Dragon Slayer armor. It might not be the very next video I do, but the next series, Souls series I do. Like slow play, non-speedrun, non-glitch, just a normal playthrough is probably going to be Bloodborne. Golden lion helm associated with Dragonslayer Ornstein from the Age of Gods, and imbued with the strength of lightning. In the dragonless age, this knight who long guarded the ruined cathedral left the land in search of a nameless king. Dragonslayer helm. So yeah, next slow playthrough we're going to do is going to be Bloodborne. It all says the same shit. Dragonslayer armor. Next video might be the glitch video of Dark Souls 3 or maybe a speedrun of Dark Souls 2. Depends if I do good. If I beat my PB, I'll put another Dark Souls 2 video out. If I don't beat my PB, then I won't. I have a glitch video I can put out of Dark Souls 3 where the Cathedral Knight was walking through the stairs and going out of bounds and shit. So I might put that out. It's going to be like a real quick 10-minute video or less. So no big deal there. Speedruns is just if I beat my PB for Dark Souls 2. Other than that, the next big long 30-part playthrough is going to be like a Bloodborne. It's probably going to be Bloodborne. Without the DLC. So just a normal Bloodborne playthrough like this. So it's cool. We have Dark Souls 2, a complete playthrough, beating all the bosses and all the DLC and bosses with a big ass greatsword. There's a Titanite slab. We have a playthrough of Dark Souls 3 with the dark ending. Beat the Nameless King and everything. No DLC, no 100% or anything, but we beat the game, got the dark ending, beat the Nameless King, beat the Soul of Cinder, all that. We also have speed runs of Dark Souls 2 if you want to check that out. I beat my PB the last time. It's a 2-part because I can only do 1 hour at a time. And then there's a live stream where I did a speed run before that, which is a slower run, but was my first one I did. So, and it's all in one. It's a live stream. So that's what I got as far as Dark Souls content. So look out for that glitch video. Look out for Bloodborne coming up soon. I may have to do some other games a little bit for a couple weeks, but until then, I'll see you next time. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please like if you have. Share and tell a friend, please. And we'll see you next time. Done with Dark Souls 3 finally. Peace.